What's up, everybody? And welcome in for a Courtney Clenney, the OnlyFans model case update. We haven't done this in a while. There's a hearing this morning. I haven't heard anything from it. It started around 9:30. My guess is it's not going to be anything huge news-wise. If there is, we'll provide a little update to this video, or maybe I'll be in the chat when you guys are watching this and we can discuss what happened on that hearing. But a new bombshell has been dropped and released in this case on the date of a court hearing, which timing is never a coincidence, it seems, in cases like this. And all reports, as we're going to hear from this court TV video, say it was released by the Haggard law firm, which are the civil attorneys for Christian Obumseli, who is the victim or the alleged victim of Courtney Clenney and her ex-boyfriend, who is deceased, and for those crimes for which she is on trial for now criminally. Plus, they have filed claims or will file claims against some of the establishments where they lived, the security companies, for not protecting Christian Obumseli, negligent security, and other claims I'm sure will stem from these facts. And I have some friends over at the Haggard law firm, and one of them is running the ball on this case. And I texted her. We watched, I think, an interview with her before Kim Wald. And I texted her and said, hey, you want to come on and talk about this video that you guys released and why you released it and where'd you get it? Things like that. She said, so frustrating. All the reports are wrong. We didn't release the video. The state released the video and we got it as a public records request, I believe is what she said. Let me just confirm. She said they got it. The state attorney released it. We didn't. The media keeps getting it wrong. We got it through a public records request. So the Haggard law firm did not, in fact, release this. Not that they have any problem with it being released, would be my guess. But if anybody's accusing them of doing something nefarious or trying to fight this battle in the media and release things at opportune times, well, maybe it wasn't them. According to the Haggard law firm, it was the state attorney's office. So why did they release this right before a hearing where it seems like they didn't want this battle to be done in the court of public opinion? But people are watching this case and people are paying attention. And this video is not good for Courtney Clenney, which means ipso facto, it's good for the state attorney and it's good for the Haggard law firm and it's good for the Obumseli family for trying to prove their claims criminally and civilly against Courtney Clenney and anyone else who is liable for the damage done and the death of Christian Obumseli and the misery that his family has had to endure allegedly at the hands of Courtney Clenney. So we're going to take a look at this video together and see more abusive behavior by Courtney Clenney. If you guys are continuing to follow this case and want to continue following this case, hit that like button. Let me know in the comments, and please make sure you subscribe. Subscribing helps out the channel a ton, and a huge percentage of people that watch the videos still aren't subscribed, and they watch every video the analytics show. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It'd be awesome. We'd love to welcome you in to the family. So let's take a look now at Court TV. And I don't know where they're getting this. So I don't blame these, media channels for getting it wrong for where they got the video. Somebody probably told them they got it from the Haggard law firm, but you'll see that's how it's being reported. And I've got it on good authority that that's not the case. So unless somebody's wrong in the Haggard law firm and it was leaked by somebody else, I don't know where this information is coming from, but it sure seems like the good authority says it came from the state attorney.
Courtney Clenney case, which is out of Miami. There's new video of an alleged attack on victim Christian Obumseli. The video was shot in Aspen, Colorado in 2022 and was released by...
So it was shot in Aspen, Colorado. So this is not something that happened in their residence, which I think, again, is involved in some of the civil litigation or future civil litigation if they haven't filed the claims yet, which I think they have. I'm pretty sure they have. So this happened in another state and in 2022. So on the timeline of events, did the physical altercations and physical actions taken by Courtney Clenney continue to escalate? Is this something the state's going to use to build the escalation to where it came to her committing the ultimate crime potentially? Or is this going to be something that the defense team, the lawyers representing Courtney Clenney, are going to be able to rebut and say, yeah, she did this, but he also did this? Do they have video? Are they going to respond with video? Are we going to see it publicly? Are we going to have to wait till trial? I don't know.
Selly. The video was shot in Aspen, Colorado in 2022 and was released by the Haggard law firm, which represents the Abumseli family.
They do represent the Abumseli family, but they say they didn't release it. Just wanted to give that one last point of clarification to make sure it is clear.
Now, this attack happened just before Abumseli was stabbed to death on April 3rd, 2022. And we want to warn you, it can be a bit difficult to watch.
And I will say, Kim Wald is going to come on. She told me she was not available today to come on to talk about this. I said, we got to strike while the iron's hot, while people are talking about it, while this is out there. I want to give my reaction, see what I think about it. So we'll have her on in the future to tell us more from the Abumseli perspective and more from the civil side. And I know a lot of you guys have problems with some of the negligent security claims that plaintiffs' lawyers file. She'll do a great job of explaining that, something the Haggard law firm specializes in. So, but let's take a look now again. Yeah, trigger warning to anybody that doesn't want to see it. It is, I mean, from some of the stuff we watch, it's just medium graphic. But it does definitely show the physical altercations and how they kind of respond to each other. And you'll see who's the aggressor, who's trying to tone it down, who's trying to stop the physical battle happening, and who continues to get it going. Now, they say nasty things to each other, right? And the words are something you'd never want somebody to say to your daughter or say to your son or brother or father or whatever. But the physical altercation and the physical interaction, I think, is going to be the focus on the state attorney when they try to use these clips at trial.
Anyway, I was sober for
So in case it's not obvious, Courtney Clenney in the zebra pants and blue jacket, blonde hair, Christian Abumseli in the green jersey.
2 weeks.
Is that a Larry Bird jersey with Lakers pants on? I'm sorry. I know this is serious, but it just twisted my mind a little bit. I think he's wearing a Larry Bird Boston Celtics jersey with Lakers pants.
And then why am I not sober? Because of you. But you're hindering my process.
You need to sit down.
Let go of me. Let go of me.
Come on.
Let go of me.
Okay.
Come on, boy. Let go of me.
So she says she was sober, except for him, blaming him for that. He's hurting her process. She's clearly hitting him. He kind of grabs her to settle her down and puts her down. And she immediately says, let go of me. And, again, clearly to me sounding like he better not touch her is the comments that she's making while she is clearly swinging on him. So physical touching kind of on both sides, but it definitely seems different to me, to my eye. I want to know what you guys think though. Do you think he's inappropriately touching her? Because to me, it seems like he's trying to calm her down and she's the one swinging on him. Now we have to realize all the sides against Courtney Clenney are the ones that people are saying are releasing this, the Haggard law firm, state attorney's office, whatever it may be. It sure seems like state attorney's office, but so they're not going to release good videos for Courtney Clenney, right? So I assume they think this looks bad for her as well.
I can't even, I'll try to hit you later. You saw me.
You don't want to hit me.
Christian, he saw me, and I know he's looking. I'm fed up with you. I'm fed up. I'm fed up that you treat me.
Courtney,
Yes, I'm not mad at you.
you let Malala say some whine that affected you.
I didn't let her say anything. You did.
Hey, let's go to Malala right now. Let's pull
No,
her.
no. I'm just gonna hear the scenes.
No, she's in the group chat. Let's put her on the phone right now.
I dare you.
Hey, you hear me? Keep saying
You
it.
do it.
Then stop saying it then.
Do it.
Then stop saying it then. Then stop saying it then.
I'll
Come on. Ask her. Ask her, did I touch her
Do you
breast?
see how instigative he is?
No, you're telling me I touched her breast.
So again, and she looks at the camera, so it seems like they know they're getting recorded, which is even worse. And she says, do you see how instigative he is? So his words are instigating her. Is that going to be something that she uses as a defense? That he said something to her, did something to her to instigate the fatal interaction that happened later on? And will the jury believe any words, especially if it's words like this? Because he's basically, I think what I'm gathering from this argument is he talked to some girl, she got jealous, she got mad about it, whatever. But him basically saying, let's call her, let's prove it right now, and she's saying that's instigating her to have a physical response. If I'm on the jury or if I'm the prosecutor, I'm going to argue that is nowhere near enough to be appropriate to have the response that Courtney Clenney had on that fatal night.
Yesterday, when I
You did. I didn't say nothing.
you said I did.
You were leaning. Yo, you were dumb as I actually don't agree with you. Actually, I'm done.
Okay.
Can you send him home?
Yeah.
Actually, I'm done.
Okay, fine.
Done. Because you're costing me money. I didn't do. He's like, I got this house because of you.
You let Milan say some line that.
No, because you flirting with like 3 girls the whole time.
What 3 girls? What 3 girls? You?
Well, maybe I think that doesn't matter.
You
It was
and you?
Milan.
Milan? I was flirting with Milan?
And she said, hey, come get your mans. She's trying to come home with me.
You're lying.
No, I'm not.
You're lying. She said, come get your man that I was trying to hit on Milan. Come on, baby.
Okay.
That doesn't sound right.
Christian, you're fired.
It's fine.
Hopefully, shut up.
You never
Hopefully,
see me again. You are the most
good taste. Shut
ever met in my life.
So he definitely went towards her there, right? And again, if we're breaking this down frame by frame to try to figure out who's instigating what, she instigates 90% of the physical interaction. I would say he instigated that physical interaction. He didn't hit her or touch her, but he did get in her face. Again, no real skin off of his back or neck or whatever it is. I don't even, again, horrible with the one-liners, but he did kind of go towards her there. Again, we're trying to look at it in the most balanced way possible. I do think that there would be some argument the defense attorneys can make there. She clearly then charges him.
Yeah, cool.
to my house. Like, you're just like my boyfriend. Get the out of
Just
here.
like your
I can
boyfriend?
actually get like down if you're not here.
Yeah.
Get the out of here.
Okay, I'll remember that next time.
Get out. No, that's not gonna be the next time. Get the
And again, she's swinging pretty hard. She's connecting with some of these. Definitely not a good look for her if the prosecutor is able to use these in her criminal trial.
Stop
Get
touching
out.
me. Don't touch me again.
good thing. Get out, bitch. Get out.
Bitch.
You never loved me. The way you talk, the way you treated the girls, the way you embarrassed me. I don't want anything to do
I
with you.
embarrassed you yesterday. You're really just self-conscious. You always talk about, oh, Christian, you like this. I say, what did I tell you before? You're the baddest person in this bitch. No one has anything on you. I tell you this every day. I have text messages that you say, Christian, thank you for the content.
Shut up! But you don't do it the next day.
Why are you screaming? There's people in this house.
Get out, for real. I never want to see you again.
Ooh.
So again, I don't know who's filming that. It seems like both of them know it's being filmed. Definitely seems like a toxic relationship. I think that's going to be everybody's testimony in this case, that it's a toxic relationship. But the vast majority of physical touching was initiated and was violent from Courtney Clenney. All of his, instigating, whatever you want to call it, or even touching her, was to de-escalate, to stop the battle, to stop the hitting, to stop the shoving, things like that. And then they both said things to each other that I'm sure the jury's going to hate to hear anybody talk to somebody that, they're in a relationship with or say they love or anything like that. So an interesting video to me. And there's been battles about how much of this is going to be allowed to be used by the state. How much of this is relevant, how much of this doesn't prove propensity, but may prove habit, or may prove things that have happened in the past, or may prove to impeach some of the things that she says. If she says he was always the aggressor, whatever it may be, the state's going to do everything they can to get as much of this in. To me, the jury pool watching this potentially is going to see this, and anybody that's seen anything on this case, in my opinion, is probably going to have to be struck, because 99% of the content on this case is Courtney Clenney doing things to Christian Obumseli in an elevator, in a lobby, in a hotel room, whatever it may be, pictures of the blood all over her. It's not good for her. And I do think that it's going to be potentially difficult to pick a jury in this case, because there was not a lot of balanced content on this one, at least that I have seen yet. All right. So we've made some comments on what we think Courtney Clenney's attorneys would say about this video. We made some comments that what we think Obumseli's attorneys or the state attorneys would make about this video when using it to prosecute Courtney Clenney. We've talked to Obumseli's attorney and gave you some of their comments on where this video came from. But now let's hear, because I just saw this pop up, let's hear what Courtney Clenney's, one of her attorneys, actually says about this video. So this is going to be interesting. I haven't watched this yet. I just saw it pop up. We're going to watch together here for the first time. How do they explain this? How are they going to use this? What do they think is good about this video for their client? Let's take a listen in now.
Ultimately led to his death. I want to welcome in now one of the attorneys who is representing Courtney Clenney, Sabrina Puglisi, on the show with us live today to talk about this new video. Sabrina, good morning to you. It's always nice to have you on the show. Thank you for your time today.
Good morning, Julie.
If we could we start with that video? Because that's what, as you know, has everybody talking. And certainly you've looked at it, examined it. From your perspective, how will you and your colleague, Frank Prieto, you as a team, how will you use this, embrace it, or try to exclude it when it comes time for trial?
Yeah, and Julie, I just want to say thank you for the clarification you made earlier regarding, murder versus justifiable homicide. But this is another piece, right, of the evidence. It's a snapshot, and it's a snapshot of a toxic relationship, which we've always admitted to and we've seen. I mean, and let me.
So we know how they're going to deal with at least some of these videos. They are going to say it proves that this is, in fact, a toxic relationship. Pretty much what we expected.
Be clear. I mean, in no way should people put hands on another person. It's not appropriate whether it comes from a male or a female. But having said that, there's also evidence in the case that shows that Abumseli put his hands on Courtney, and not in the slapping and shoving kind that we see here in this video, in a much more aggressive, dangerous manner. And
all right, so again, pretty much in line with what we thought, that they are going to create a timeline where this is one part where Courtney Clenney was physically battering Abumseli, but that they have evidence that Abumseli was physically battering, not just restraining or holding or pushing, Courtney Clenney. So we'll see if that comes up. We haven't seen a lot of that out in the public yet, but we'll see.
And that will come out in the trial.
Oh, wow.
It'll come out in the trial.
And so, Sabrina, are you alluding to a piece of evidence that maybe we haven't seen yet?
It's evidence that exists in the discovery, and it's not been shown. We come on here to answer questions that the media has. And, I'll point out that the elevator video, which was released by the state attorney's office. This video right here was released by Abumseli's family. So we come on here.
So this video, again, says the Haggard law firm on it, and she says it was released by the Abumseli family. It's very strange to me. It's very strange that the Haggard law firm says the state attorney's office is the one that released it, and they got it from a public records request. Maybe it was from their public records request that then they gave it to Court TV. I don't know, but it seemed like she wanted me to clarify that it's not the Haggard law firm releasing this stuff out. But again, that's what Clenney's attorney says as well.
To feel like we have to defend the actions, but really the courtroom, and that's what I'd like the viewers to understand, is the courtroom is the real place where this trial will occur and all the evidence will come. We don't know anything about what leads up to this video. We know that she's drinking profusely. She said she'd been sober for 2 weeks. We know she says he treats her terribly, that
she'd been drinking profusely. That's not going to be something that's really helping.
Doesn't want to be in that relationship anymore, but it's a snapshot.
Right. No, it is, Sabrina. You're absolutely right about that. I wondered watching it if there was even any narcotics use, and I'm just saying this as as a lay person, who doesn't, have any expertise in that area, but she looks.
I was like, I wonder if there's narcotics. Not that I would know. And I'm not making fun of her because I would probably say the same thing, but it was just funny the way that she said it.
To be really excited in that video. She seems amped up, and I wondered if there was anything else going on. And to your point, it's hard to know what happened in the day before, the morning before, whatever this was taken. Anything else to explain, what you've acknowledged? You've acknowledged the hands on another human, not right. That is not.
Exactly. So, I mean, how do you really get around that? You agree it's not right. You agree it's illegal in battery, what she's doing to Christian Abumseli in this video. Are narcotics involved? Are is alcohol involved, things like that, that are like kind of excuses, but not really. And the attorney said, she even says in the video, you're not treating me right, you're treating me horribly. Again, not okay to throw knives and things like that. So while they're trying to explain it away, not giving any real good legal excuses, for lack of a better term.
Right, you're not in any way justifying it. Is there anything else that was going on with Courtney Clenney at the time? Any kind of substance abuse or anything that might have been contributing to her just being so excited? I mean, it's very easy to see that she's being, what do I want to say here? It's almost like she's angry and something, and you wonder, like, what precipitated this? Was there something that provoked this? Did this just come out of nowhere? How did this build? What tension, what situation created this?
Right. And, I just have to say as an aside, I find it so strange, this person who's taking the video, I don't know who it is, but is just sitting there, like watching this whole thing go on and just videotaping it, like so casually, not even trying to intervene or stop anything. But
so it's the person filming its fault. I got to be honest. If I was sitting in that room, I probably wouldn't be filming it. But if I was filming it, I would not be getting in between these two. I would not be getting in between these two. I'll just say that. You let me know if you disagree in the comments.
Putting that aside, we absolutely know that she had an alcohol problem. She had a drug problem. It's one of the reasons that she went to try to seek help and was in inpatient treatment when the arrest warrant came in and the police went and arrested her when she was in treatment.
But I don't think that alcohol and drug problem is going to help in their defense. I really don't.
Wow. Okay, Sabrina, so that's something you're definitely going to embrace. How about who's shooting this video? You see someone's knee, looks like maybe a man's knee. Do you and Frank have any idea?
I have no idea, Julie. This was the first time when Court TV sent it to us yesterday. It's the first time I'd seen this video. So I don't know where it came from.
That's strange to me. If the state released it and it's not part of discovery. But the Haggard law firm says they got it from a public records request. It's really interesting.
Oh, wow. And that's interesting, Sabrina, because you've gotten discovery from the state attorney's office, but this is coming from the Abumseli family. So you wonder if maybe the state attorney's office received it at the same time you did, too. Who knows? Tell us, please, Sabrina, we have about a minute or so left. Today, you have a status hearing for the case. Tell us what's coming up next, when you think we might have a date set for trial for this one.
Yeah, so today we have a hearing. It's going to be a status, so we will get another future date. But also, the state attorney's office had filed a motion stating that they don't feel that the defense has provided all the discovery. We refute that, and so the judge is going to hear that. But also will be something interesting to come in the future is that the state attorney filed a order to show cause against Mr. Prieto for speaking to the media, and has asked that the judge rule on that. Mr. Prieto filed a response to that motion. The court does not have time to hear that today, so a future date will be set with respect to that as well.
So the state has a problem with the defense attorney talking to the media. Maybe that's why everybody's saying the Haggard law firm released this video, not the state attorney's office. So it's kind of a weird world we're living in.
Because we absolutely believe that we have the right to speak to the media, to explain, and we're really just trying to make sure that the public understands what was going on, what the truth of this is. We don't want there to just be one side heard. So that'll be an interesting one.
Sure, definitely.
I don't disagree with them, and I personally think they have not done anything out of bounds in the media, and there's a lot to deal with that's getting released and leaked to the media that, frankly, I think needs a defense attorney's clarification on the case.
Sabrina, I've said it before, I'll say it again as we wrap up the segment. You and Frank are really going to be what is going to be a real treat to watch in this trial. Your advocacy work, you two have done such a tremendous job for her. I can't wait to see you both in action. Sabrina.
Nice little compliment there to end it. Okay, so that's Courtney Clenney's attorney's thoughts on that video. So we'll keep following it. If you guys see anything at the hearing and want to send it to me, have any questions, want me to break it down, hit me up on social media at Tragos Law, at Lawyer You Know, on the different sites. But let me know what you think. Let me know what you think of this video, how it may affect the case, whether or not you think it should come in for the criminal trial, and we'll continue the discussion on this case. I appreciate everybody that joined today. Until next time, I'm out of here. Thanks for watching another episode of The Lawyer You Know. If you enjoyed the episode, please hit the thumbs up and share with your friends who may be interested here on YouTube. And don't forget to subscribe. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and TikTok. And don't forget to check out the Lawyer You Know podcast with new seasons dropping every quarter. If you have a case you want to talk to us about, if it's a personal injury case, wrongful death, catastrophic injury, car accident, or slip and fall case, please email us at lawyeryouknow@gmail.com. And of course, all these links I just mentioned are included in the description below on this episode and every episode. So until next time, this is Peter Tragos, The Lawyer You Know.